Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 5. We have had a lot of questions answered for us. Right now, I have only seen the anime, but Scott is watching the anime but has also read the manga. Yeah. So we're coming at it from two different perspectives slightly.
Yeah, so our perspectives definitely shape our experience, because for me right now, I'm like, I really want certain parts to happen like sooner. Like I told you last time for episode 4, I thought episode 4 was going to be like this episode basically.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to next episode a lot. Like the next episodes I'm looking forward to a lot. Just because even though I know what happens, it doesn't take away from the experience of seeing it in the anime. Because I feel like with color and just the voice acting, it makes the experience
that much better.
Yeah, that much better.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was unsure about what was going on for a while, especially, hopping into this season 4. I'm like, okay, so there's a time jump and we're like 4 years into the future, and how many years is it?
Yeah, it's 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, if viewers are watching this, I did make an explained video for episode 1, but I do think they explain what's happened in episode 2 and 3 quite a lot. To me, they were slower episodes because of that, but also because I've read the manga, I sort of understand what's happening. So it's like, it doesn't add that much to it. So for me, it was like a, not necessarily boring, but like, unnecessary almost.
I mean, I get it to an extent, because for me watching it, it was almost like getting into a new anime, because I'm having to be introduced to these new characters. I'm basically having to understand a new world, like as opposed to the one that we saw before, or that we've seen for the past 3 seasons. Like, this is basically a whole new world, and we're kind of thrown into it, and we're having to figure it out. So it was almost like starting a brand new anime, and I was basically like grasping for information to understand what was going on. But I think that as the episodes progressed, like, you started to get more pieces of the puzzle, and I'm glad that Reiner was kind of our connecting thread, because he was the character that we're familiar with. He was the one who connected us to what we already knew. So he was easy for us to like hold on to. And I think especially in episode 4, where we get to see his backstory, that kind of opens our eyes a lot to the humanity of Reiner.
And then this episode, I felt for him, It's like, so I love how the writer made it like a mirror between, him and Eren, and how it's like Eren is essentially doing the same thing that he did to him back then. Right. And that's one aspect I loved about this episode, and I'm excited for the next ones.
Definitely, especially after that ending. The Eren takes his Titan form and busts through. So one of the reasons I was saying before we started that I almost feel like I need to rewatch this episode to kind of fully understand, because I'm still confused about the Tiber family.
Let me know what you're confused about, and I can try to clarify.
Yeah, like, so the Tiber family, and that one guy who's like the head guy, what's his name, of the Tiber's family, that was giving that speech that was like revealing the truth about the Eldians and the Marlians, and
Willie is his name, I think.
So yeah, what was his reasons for revealing that secret? And then why, because at the end of the speech, it was clear, or at least it seemed clear, that he was still antagonistic to the people who were at Paradis. And so it wasn't like, we've been doing this wrong.
That was his reason, because he wants to essentially like unite the world against Paradis,
Mm. Mm.
That as far as you know, or as far as like the anime goes, that's the reason.
Right. Okay.
I won't spoil anything, so don't worry.
Right. So then their reasoning for keeping it secret the whole time. Then, like, what was their reason for keeping it secret the whole time if they could have?
So he doesn't oust his own family, because he basically dishonored his family by telling them, we didn't save anyone. It was the king.
Okay.
It was the king that basically stopped all of it and went over to the island.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Yeah. So he has motive for keeping it secret, but yeah.
Interesting. So, I mean, and these are, I don't want to like veer off into questions that might be answered in the upcoming episodes, but I'm assuming is the Titan of that family, because he was doing that whole thing about how like one of us is a Titan in one of the earlier episodes. I don't know if it's him, but it seemed like he was being eaten by Eren, so I don't know. That might be a little too easy, but
yeah, no spoilers, but yeah, he might be.
He might be.
I think that's the episode ended it leaving it off as an open question, because he was still in the air.
Right.
So
unless
there was something at the end after end credits, which I didn't watch. So,
and then was that Armin that trapped the other two Titans in that hole?
We don't know. Yeah,
that soldier guy. I'm assuming it's Armin, and I was like low-key wait. Once it was like revealed that it was Eren, I was like, oh, where's Mikasa? I'm waiting for Mikasa to show up. But yeah, I just want the whole gang back together now. So
yeah. I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler. They'll eventually get back together. It's. I think that's obvious.
Right. I'm sure. I'm very happy because I was expecting it to go back to Paradis, but this is much more than what I was expecting, in my opinion. Because like the way that the story rolled out, it was very satisfying as far as an anime watcher watching it and watching it unfold.
I really I almost want like the next 3 episodes to come out at once, just because like I want to like finally see what I've read come to life, because man, it just, in my opinion, it gets better. But also there's that question of morality. Obviously for us viewers, like most viewers, we're gonna side with the people we watched all along, right? But you have to bring into question, obviously they're mirroring the story, so Eren is essentially that guy that is like moving towards freedom, as he says, and he's clearly attacking the Tiber family right now, or Tiber, however you want to say it. So yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm very curious because the show manages to do those moral dilemmas very well, and that was demonstrated most recently in season 3 with the whole, does he save Commander Erwin or does he save Armin, and those moral ambiguities of the story really shine through, and I'm sure that it's not going to end here. I'm excited to see how it develops in the coming episodes. This is a group of people who are not used to fighting Titans, I suppose. I guess the rest of the world is used to fighting Titans, but they're not used to fighting Titans.
Yeah.
So, and the rest of the world is used to it, but they're not really even that good at it, as opposed to the people at Paradis who have developed the machines and the knives that are specifically geared towards killing Titans. They know how to do that job, but outside world, people outside of Parody are nowhere near as good as they are at killing Titans. So it'll be interesting to see now that, you know, this might be Titan rampage in the streets, how far this goes.
I'm curious, when did you realize that it was Eren? As
I didn't realize it until Reiner said it.
Really?
I didn't. Yeah, because he doesn't look like Eren, and I wasn't even expecting Eren to be there. Obviously, I thought he was still at that coast, at that the place at the sea.
So you thought he was just like a new character, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't know who this guy is, and it wasn't until I searched his name, because I remember he went by Kruger, and then that was the name of the owl guy from like the first couple of episodes in the season. So I'm still confused. I'm glad that Eren's there, that Eren was there the whole time, but it's cool to see this happen. But yeah, no, it definitely took me by surprise.
That's good, because it took me by surprise in the manga when I first read it. Obviously I didn't know who that guy was, because he didn't, like you said, he didn't look like Eren at all. And then when he started regrowing his stuff, that made it such an epic scene, basically.
yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool that that they can pull something like that off, basically.
Right.
But also,
like, kudos to
the grandpa is a hint, like a big hint to the fact that he was Eren, you know, because they sat on a bench together and he was one of the doctors.
Right. Yeah. And Jaeger was the doctor. Right. Yeah.
And when Eren said what he said, he kind of like felt so guilty that he went kind of crazy. Yeah. So that was
I need to go back and rewatch it.
That was a hint.
I need to go back.
That was a big hint. But I mean, like, I didn't even notice that at first when I first read the manga. So that's another thing. I read it a while back now, because it's been a while since the manga like matched with this anime episode. It's been over a year, I'm pretty sure. So it's nice to like get to watch it for the first time and then remember what happened in the manga. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, I definitely I'm going to do. I want to do a whole rewatch of this show. It's weird because like there's so many details that like they go back to, and even just thinking about how like, is Annie still stuck in that same state that she was in at the end of season 1? Like, we're at the last season and nobody's done anything with Annie, so I'm like half expecting something to happen with that at some point soon.
I mean, I'm sure they have to do something before it ends with her.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I'm waiting with anticipation.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, like, I definitely want to do something for the next episodes, just because I feel like they're going to be big ones. I can't always like guess which episode is going to be which, according to the manga, but since it started this way for this episode or ended this way for this episode, it's going to be some fun episodes ahead of us.
Sounds good.